it's very difficult to strike a balance between professional life and personal life. Here we have young and dynamic couple-preneurs, Nischith Kashyap and Pooja Rao, who are architects. Let's go here. How is it going for them? Hello people, welcome to my show, The Next Step. Lovely having you both on my show.
Hi Akshay, thank you.
Thank you, Akshay.
Okay. To begin with, tell me how exciting or how nagging it would be to work as a couple.
It's definitely very exciting and at the same time challenging
Okay.
also. But I think the level of excitement or challenge depends on specific situations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like exciting as in, so we share a common vision and a goal, and like we have a deep understanding between each other, like how to take up the project and everything. And also it's like a sense of adventure for us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
You
a
know,
very
like-
thrilling
yeah.
experience to sort of set up something new
Okay.
with your partner. So that way it's great adventure as well.
Okay.
But of course, it is very challenging in the terms that it's very difficult to set boundaries to separate your professional life and your personal life.
Yeah.
That's of course the biggest challenge.
Okay.
Apart from that, I think it's also the communication
Yeah.
that we, the clear communication that we have to have,
Yeah.
so that it doesn't get carried away to the personal space.
Did you guys want to become architects? Did you guys want to marry an architect? Or to put it in a way, doctors usually prefer to marry another doctor. Was it the same case with you guys?
To answer the first part of the question, I come from a family where my father is a contractor.
Okay.
So from the early ages, I started involving with him, like understanding the process of building, like going to sites with him. So that made me sort of drive to this industry and in this field.
Okay.
So he sort of put me into this kind of an interesting field, so that it becomes a part of me. So then wherein I took the architecture, then I did masters, and then we started off this thing. And maybe she'll answer the second part much better.
All right. Yeah.
And I think with me, I've always been fascinated about how creative this field is.
Okay.
It's definitely a very time-driven and process-driven field.
Right.
But the kind of creativity that
Yeah.
it involves, it's really fascinating, and that's why I wanted to take this up as such.
Okay.
And about marrying an architect, I think that
Yeah.
was like pure destiny.
Your destiny,
Okay.
But definitely we are enjoying
Yeah.
being like married to an architect. There's a lot of perks as well.
Yeah.
So we are enjoying that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
So becoming an architect requires a combination of, first of all, like you said, an education, like a degree in architecture,
Right.
and experience, and it's mostly skill oriented.
Okay.
To talk about education, you need to have a degree in architecture. Then later you can take a next step and go for a master's in architecture. And then if you want to have one more, have a set of skills, we can do any course related to this, like an interior designing or any BIM related software skills. So that is the basic things. So the main important thing is your technical experience, that which you're going to have it after your degree, right?
Okay.
So that plays a major role in your profession. So what kind of experience that you are getting it from a place, and then how are you trying to show your skills, how are you trying to improvise your skills, and we have to think out of the box always to give you a solution, or give a client a solution. They will be having a set of requirements for their lifestyle, depending upon their lifestyle, they want to do a building for themselves.
Right.
So we need to always think about how to solve a problem in the restricted boundaries. So every client will have a boundary for us all the time.
Right.
So they have a set of a boundary with their requirements and everything.
Right.
So we need to like cope up with them, talk to them, understand the requirements, and try to understand the bylaws, the set of rules that has laid by the institution.
Right.
So by doing all these things, it is not just creativity; it's also a problem solving and your skills that which is required in this.
Yeah, definitely we need to have a solid understanding of some technical skills,
Yeah.
like the kind of building materials or the construction technology, or even something to do with the building codes as well. So apart from that, again, very clear communication skills, which would help us to put out our ideas in the best manner possible to clients, and also the different consultants who are collaborating on working with us. And apart from that, again, there's also a very important thing of attention to details, which will add a lot of value to the kind of work that we are doing. They could be like small details, but they make like big difference ultimately in the built environment. And apart from that, I think there's also the factor of creativity and design skills, which are always like a very integral part of the field. Yeah.
Like the way writers have writer's block, do architects also have creative block?
See, definitely yes. So put across this, to be honest, every creative industry, we all have a block.
Okay.
You know, like it's not all the time that we can be creative. Like it's not like you can throw a question and we can give you an answer. It doesn't work like that all the time, right? So yes, we do have a block, and we do go to that a space wherein sometimes nothing works. You know, like you have to like sit, relax, or sometimes I take a walk. I go out, I listen to music, or I talk to friends, and I come back. I'll come back and I meditate. So sometimes like no matter
It's
the
that
whole
small
day,
break,
no matter the whole day you keep working, you would not crack that problem, right? So maybe after 2-3 days or one night while you're about to go sleep, you get that
it's
idea.
just there.
You come back in the night and you
Yeah.
start sketching.
You have that eureka moment.
Yes,
sometimes
yes.
kicking in. Yeah.
Yes, so that block definitely happens on maybe regular basis for us, because it is an industry where
It's a creative
Yeah.
industry, and it's very natural to
Yeah.
have that.
Yeah.
Take us through your work process. Help us understand, how does your day go?
The first process is having a good coffee in the morning,
Oh wow,
Yeah.
We start with a very good coffee
Coffee in the
that he
morning.
makes.
Yeah.
That
So-
helps you keep your day energized, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so like having a cup of coffee in the morning, like gives us that boost and that kick that what we need in the morning.
Perfect.
So once that is done, so we have a good energy to discuss about the rest of the day.
We sort of plan our day through that. We sit and plan a schedule, and we look into our priorities and what has to go today or what has to go a little later, things like that.
Yeah.
So we sort of sit and plan in the morning, and we also think about the kind of works that has to be delegated to our team, and the different meetings that we would have through the day. And apart from that, we also have to plan out on sitting and designing, because that's again a very important part of our work, for which we have to dedicate some amount of time.
Okay.
So like when it comes to the design, so we also have a process for design, right? So to give you a small example of how we understand the client.
Okay.
So for example, a client comes with his requirement of having to be built a 5-bedroom house at a site of 60 by 40 feet. Like he comes with a specific requirement that he wants a large living room and a separate informal living and a formal living. And all the 5 bedrooms should have an attached bathroom with a walk-in wardrobe.
Okay.
And also we'll be specific about having a separate puja room and a powder room. Like no puja room should have nothing on top of that room. So there are a lot of criteria which he brings in, and also bring in a factor of vastu also here. So we also understand the client in terms of what they want, and also put in these principles of vastu shastra which widely believed in this country, and also which plays a vital role in designing your house also.
Who is more creative between you two? And how do you share your work? See, because between two creative people, there can be conflicts, right? There could be conflict of interest, conflict of anything for that matter. So, how do you balance this?
Now that's going to become something.
So will there be a winner after this question?
Okay, of course there'll be creative clashes, but ultimately I think it's about identifying the strengths.
Okay.
So we sort of make it very clear in terms of identifying our strengths and skills.
Okay.
So that makes it a lot more easy for the workflow.
Okay.
So when it comes to the strengths, so he's mostly taking care of the architecture bit. So we are basically a firm who are into both architecture and interiors.
Okay.
And we are also into some amount of research as well of late. But yeah, when it comes to architecture, it's something that he handles for the firm. And the interior wing is something that I concentrate on mostly. So that way it's balanced out.
Yeah. Okay. Tell me about your current projects. What are you currently working on? What exactly is your USP?
Yeah, so basically we are working on a couple of residential projects,
Okay.
commercial projects, and we're also doing some hospitality projects like some resorts as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
We've been fortunate to have some very lovely clients.
Okay.
Like who just don't give us the project, and they also come and work along us.
See, that's
Yeah.
something that we also prefer
Yeah.
to work along with them, because
Okay.
it's we feel that it'll be a lot more closer to them, that
Yeah.
we involve them
Okay.
in the whole process,
Yeah.
and they are also satisfied in the end that
Right.
they were there throughout.
Right. So you're
Yeah.
keeping yourself transparent in
Transparent.
all your work
Yeah.
process. with the
Right.
customer.
So basically, it's very client oriented. I think that's something that we can call call it as
yes.
our USP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically creating environments that they're very happy about ultimately, because it's their space, right? So we want to give them that sense of belonging, and we want to involve them in all kind of processes, right from design to the execution and all the selections. We want them to be involved so that they feel that sense of belonging to the space.
Lately, we're trying to merge technology in our industry. Like we're trying to create a sort of a dashboard wherein every day the timeline of the construction is being updated in the dashboard, so that the client is sitting across the country. So we have a couple of clients who are in different parts of the country.
Okay.
So we're trying to update them on a daily basis in the dashboard, so wherein they can monitor the progress, see what's happening at site on a daily basis, and also by the end of the day, we there is a group, we update the day process, how many labors were included, what the construction progress happened,
Okay.
that part.
I think one thing is the long working hours, when especially when the deadlines are approaching, and also it's the client management. It's that constant thing of keeping up to their expectations, right? So it's also a lot to do with the client management. It's a lot to do with the financial management of the firm.
Okay.
So it's all about budgeting the projects, or billing the clients, or keeping up the finances right for the firm.
Alright.
So there's a lot to do with the financial management as well.
Okay.
I think the perks, it's just the creative fulfillment that we get, right? So
Yeah.
seeing our clients happy and seeing them use the spaces that even they had dreamt of along with us is a very satisfying feeling. That's a perk, and we get
And
to travel a
another-
lot,
Yeah.
which is a biggest perk.
Another perk is like, all the clients, the ones clients have become friends for us now.
Alright.
Right.
Like that is also an added perk, maybe I can add on it.
Right.
And sacrifices, maybe if you want to talk about is like being in the same industry and having a partner who is also into the same one
Right.
is like the a personal time. So since we spoke about the challenges and perks, so there is also a bit of addition like sacrifice here. Yeah, so the personal time that what we try to manage it. So since we both are in the same industry and we work on long hours, so personal time is something that we are trying to get a good balance in it.
It's always a safe bet to work for well-established firms in terms of compensation or job security, right? See, we are living in a world of, we are living in the era of startups and entrepreneurship, right? So tell me, how difficult or easy is it to have your own setup, especially when you both are working for the same company?
Having your own architecture firm can be very challenging, but I think I would put it more that it's rewarding, that you have a shared vision along with your partner and you've sort of set this up together.
It's a creative investment, I would say. Right? Since it is a creative industry, you have to invest your creativeness
Creative best.
out of it. So apart from that, rest everything falls into place.
And of course, the thing to do with your dedication,
Yeah.
involvement, your time being put, definitely, all that has to be there.
Yeah.
But something to do with a heavy investment, I think it's also about your creativity
Right.
and how much you want to put into it. That's always something that you can take a call on.
Alright, people, tell me, how satisfied are you with your work?
I mean, I must say that we're really happy and we are enjoying the kind of works that we're working on. I will probably give a 9 on 10, and of course we'll leave that 1 for the rest of the growth and
Yeah.
improvements.
Alright.
Yeah,
Okay.
but we're really happy with the works that are currently keeping us busy and going.
Alright.
And that satisfaction always comes up in the end, Like we do a lot of work from the initial days. The moment we hand over a project to a client,
Right.
the
And they're
satisfaction-
happy about
They're
it.
happy about it.
It's
And,
there.
and the last mile, right, 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning when everything is getting ready,
Set
when
up.
you're about to hand over,
Right. Right.
maybe while coming back from that time to
Delivering
the
that
office,
project.
right?
Yeah. So,
I think that is where we get the satisfaction. Oh
Right.
yes, okay, fine. This is something that what
It's
we
done.
wanted.
celebration and pat on the back.
Yeah. And even what client wanted, we delivered. Okay, fine. Let's go back home, have a again good cup of coffee, and start again.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's your next step?
So we believe that architecture is just not a building industry. So in the end, it's about understanding the space network that is making our premises. So we're basically looking to involve ourselves in developing structured approaches and methodologies,
Okay.
and basically documenting the city that we are living in. So it's just working towards some problem solving
Okay.
for the cities in a larger extent.
Alright.
Right. So it's just it's also a thing to give back to
Yeah.
the space we live in, right? To the place we live in.
It is always good to connect architecturally also to your past, and you should connect it to the future.
Right.
So then we will understand how was it and what is it has become now. How
And
can we improve?
how can
how
we
can we improve it?
involve in the whole process of conservation? So it's a lot to do with the heritage conservation that we want to
Yeah.
concentrate on,
Okay.
and alongside we also want to think about probably designing spaces for the city,
Yeah.
some community spaces that in an urban scenario like India that we are lacking.
Right.
Yeah, so we want to contribute to the city in that sense.
Okay, just to
Yeah.
add on, when we say that we lack community spaces, yes, we do have a lot of community spaces. For example, all your weekly markets, all your bazaars and everything, yes, there are a part of your community spaces. But on a day-to-day activity, you walk in a street, you need a nice space, you need a nice park or a bench to sit around. So while you're sitting on a bench, what is it that you are going to see around it? What are you witnessing? How is your flooring? How is your lamp post? How is your bench detail? So these are the things that which we want to improvise it and give back to the city. Right? It is a part of you that you want to be there, witness it, and try to make it as good as possible for yourself.
Right.
And then you have to give it to the city. So this is something that what we are developing on a daily basis. That this is a research thing that we want to involve, like understand each and every bits and parts of the cities. So where that we can take the inputs of the public also.
Right.
We are couple of times we have gone to the public and started asking them what do you feel about
Just like a
these?
small survey.
Yeah, we do a survey and we get their inputs. Public
What
makes
is it
public
that they
space.
like?
Yeah, so this is something this is our next step
Okay.
to make sure that we give back something to the city.
All right, it's a brilliant thought. I know our city is as it is beautiful, but
Yeah.
I think it will be more beautiful with such kind of thoughts pouring in, with collaborating with architects like you. So I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for being on my show.
Thank you so much.
As architects, finding your own niche is crucial. I think Nischith and Pooja have got it just right. I'll catch you in my next episode with another interesting profession. Till then, remember, work should bring you satisfaction because satisfaction is success.